Hey guys, welcome back and happy Friday. Guys, it's Friday, which is such a good thing. That means we can breathe. The weekend's coming and I'm all about it. So we're actually back to talk about some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills news. But before we do, I did want to say that Jason and I came to the decision to change our memberships from having two options of the $2.99 and also $9.99. And we were just like, we're sitting here talking about BravoCon and how expensive things are and how inflated prices are. We love this community so much. We want everyone to be able to participate, everyone to be able to see our behind the scenes vlogs and badges and all of that. So we just changed it to just a one-time price or a one price only, however you say that, I don't know, of $2.99. So the Addams family, if you want to join memberships, it's $2.99. Now, in the meantime, we're back to talk about some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so there's a blind item that came out and it doesn't feel so blind, honestly. It came out on All About the Real Housewives and it's about a West Coast housewife franchise. Now, it said this franchise, which is obviously the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, is set to begin filming soon. Well, we know that they're about to do the reunion for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because Andy Cohen tweeted out, "Send me your questions." Then you have Ronald Richards, who's sending tons of questions about Erica Jane, which was kind of funny. But so he tweeted that out, which means they're getting ready to film the reunion soon. They just filmed the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. And normally after they film the reunion, they only take like sometimes anywhere from 3 weeks to 2 months off. And then they start again. Okay, they start filming. So we know that we're about to start filming again for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And the blind item said that we're about to lose 2 or 3 housewives. I know that for a fact, only because I've talked to some people behind the scenes, and we have 2 contracts that are coming to an end after this season. After the reunion is filmed, these 2 contracts are over, and that would be Erica Girardi and also Lisa Rinna. That doesn't mean that they can't renew the contracts, but for Lisa Rinna, I'm wondering, and if I had to guess, out of everyone who's on the cast right now, because we have the biggest Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast ever, if I had to guess 2 or 3 people that would most likely leave, I'm guessing one of them would be Erica or Lisa, and I think that Lisa Rinna might get put on pause because of her social media behavior and the fact that it's almost becoming sort of a liability, which is kind of ironic because Erica said to Garcelle that Sutton was a liability, but Sutton will probably still be there holding her pubic zirconia. So I'm guessing Lisa Rinna would be out. Also, Diana Jenkins, I feel like she could potentially be out, and maybe Erica, but I'm wondering who the third person would be. Now, that's a question I have for you guys. Who do you think, if we're losing 2 or 3 housewives, who do you think would be out? And if I had to predict, I'm guessing that they're bringing Kim Richards back. Kim Richards is going to film with her sisters, Kathy and Kyle. I think that they will upgrade Cherie Zampino to a full-time role because she's out here doing press. She's talking about how she would want to be a full-time role. And I think she's a great fit. And she just did an interview with Page Six and she's disagreeing with Garcelle on some things while still maintaining their friendship, which is an interesting dynamic. We can't just have Cherie Zampino as a yes man, just always blindly supporting Garcelle, because then that wouldn't make her as interesting. But she's not doing that. She's saying, yes, we're friends, but we don't agree on everything, which is the kind of housewife that we want. I think that Diana Jenkins would probably be out only because I feel as though the fans did not respond to her the best. And a lot of people going through the season, they're like, we need more Diana before we even get Asher. Why are we getting, single scenes with Asher before we even get to know Diana? I kind of agree with that. I mean, we're getting to know her a little bit, and she shared her story with us, and she has a really sad story, but she has a beautiful life, and I think she would be fine with the show. I don't think she would care to not do the show. Okay. And then I'm betting that we're going to bring in one more newbie, someone that we don't actually know yet. There were some people who were tweeting out saying it would be Faye Resnick, but Faye Resnick has been adamant about the fact that she loves being friends with the housewives, but she would never want to be a housewife. She doesn't want to invite the cameras into her life in that capacity, but she loves to come up, and show up and support her friends. And I could see that as well. There's another thing that I wanted to touch on really quick because Kathy Hilton got into she got a lot of heat because she on Watch What Happens Live, when Andy Cohen was asking her who different people were, he pulled up a photo of Lizzo and asked her, who is this person? She said Precious. Now, she also, the thing is, she thought Garcelle was Kyle. She thought that she knew Cherise and Pino. She thought, you know, like she always walks up to people on the show and she's like, oh, hey. And she doesn't necessarily know who they are half the time, but she's like, I never forget a face. She didn't actually compare Lizzo to the Precious that everybody ran with. She compared her to supermodel Precious Lee. So it's really interesting to me how people are so quick to run with something that they think would be so like, oh my God, let's, you know, go after Kathy Hilton because she compared Lizzo to Precious, and that's so fucked up. It wasn't that Precious, guys. We can relax. It was supermodel Precious Lee, and she's stunning. She's been on Vogue. She's been on Elle. She's like, go check her out. You can check her out on Instagram at Precious Lee XOXO. That was the Precious that she was referring to. So again, I think we can take a step back. And also, speaking of taking a step back, I did a poll on my community tab asking people, which the funny thing to me is, Bravo watches, okay? I go on my Instagram stories and I see where Bravo, you know, Watch What Happens Live is watching, Bravo Daily Dish is watching. I see where Bravo TV is watching my stories because it shows you the blue verified check marks. And I also know for a fact that we have a lot of housewives and Bravo celebrities who watch our channel. And when we go on and do hot, messy topics and stuff like that, we ask questions like, who would you want to see back? Who do you think needs to kind of take a step aside? Who do you think needs to be off the show? And I feel like they're doing their research and development, their R&D based off of like, you know, channels like ours, where us as the fans are talking about it. They're like, I mean, it would be silly if they didn't pay attention and see what we're saying. Look at Real Housewives of New York, total reboot, because everybody was so quick to be like, this cast is awful. Now, I think based off of that, I did a poll for Lisa Rinna, and I'm not saying I'm the reason for anything, but I did a poll asking if you guys, and also fans of the show, of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, would give Lisa Rinna the empathy that she was requesting after lashing out on social media, after kind of being like a tyrant and going after the Real Housewives of Dubai and Garcelle and Kathy and Sutton and everybody in between except for her Foxville 5. 15% said yes, they will give her empathy. 85% said no, absolutely not. They don't care. People are saying, you know, we've lost people in our lives and we didn't lash out like this. And also, that was months ago, and you lashed out on the show, and then you're asking for empathy, but yet you're still doing it months after it came out. Because if you think about it, they were filming around Christmas of last year. It was a long time ago, but you can't put a timestamp on how someone grieves. My heart breaks for her when it comes to Lois, but I was really interested to see if people were going to offer her empathy, and the fans voted no, which means Bravo is also seeing that. And I'm sure this will be addressed at the reunion. But guys, I don't want to just, you know, go wild or rampant with these like little conspiracy theories. 2 or 3 housewives are going. They're getting kicked off the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We have 2 contracts coming to an end. I want to know from you guys, who do you think is getting the boot? So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, I want to wish you guys a happy Friday. Go check out the memberships. We changed the price from $9.99 to $2.99, one set price. Hopefully you guys join us for the Addams family. We have our 2 members lives every month. Let's whine about it. And then of course, we're going to California for a really fun interview, and we'll do a lot of behind the scenes. All of that will go on members only, but yes, we want to see you there. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you so very soon. Don't forget to comment below. Bye guys.